You don't hear anything, Ebony? Can you hear me now? You know what? I can turn this on myself. What about now? Nope, can't hear myself either. Hold on, y'all. Can you hear me now? Oh, that worked. You know what? I can turn this on myself. What about now? Nope. Okay, I think that worked. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I hear myself. That worked. Yay. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. All right, so let me take this down so you all can see me for at least a second. Hi, how are you all this week? I hope you're doing well. We are diving into a conversation today. We're moving on further into our hair typing guide. And today what we're doing is we're actually just going to level set and talk about the different hair types. And what I was doing earlier, if you are a member of the Urbanbella Beauty Group, you got a chance to see the just some preliminary grids. I just wanted to use those to say, hey, this is what, as out of Urbanbella, my foundation in natural hair started back in 2002 personally, and professionally in 2003, 2004. So I'm printing out a little document I created. And so I'm putting the grid up the way I understand it and the way I understand hair types. But it's a two-way discussion. I want to hear what you all think and what your ideology is about, these hair types. And I've gotten some feedback already that I really like. And it helps me understand just kind of where people are. So tonight I'm going to take, y'all know our usual 30, 40 minutes to go over it. And that's what we're doing tonight. So let me just pull this up because I want to be able to see what y'all's experience is like throughout this whole thing. So, okay, cool. I see there's a little delay, but that's fine. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how it does that for security reasons. All right. So let me just explain real quick my philosophy, just to give you a barometer of how we approach it. When I first came into the natural hair business, I was just looking to understand, like, hey, what are the different types of hair? And I think y'all know his name's Andre. He's like Oprah Winfrey's hairstylist. He was the one who said, hey, I'm gonna create this hair type matrix. I think they give him credit for it. Let's just go with that. We'll go with that. We won't question it. Before I start, hey, Kimberly, hey, Johnny. Hi, everybody. Johnny, I got your message about the samples. Johnny, you weren't slighted personally. We literally didn't have any more. And I didn't want to hold up the orders until we got some more in. So that was the only reason you didn't get samples. I love sending them and I send them all the time. But I did not have any. So that's why we didn't have any in the boxes. You're not the only one. Most of the orders that just went out didn't have any samples in them. I think Sheila got a sample. She's probably the last one. Okay. So nonetheless, I'm just level setting so y'all understand where my knowledge base kind of comes from and stems from. Now, I have used that as a general guide for me throughout all of my natural hair training, everything that I've done and explained to people. What I've done, though, as I explained, I've watched over the years. I've looked at people who have, their own ideology about natural hair, the way they think it's supposed to be, the way they think it's supposed to go. I'm not really necessarily into arguing about natural hair and natural hair types. I'm definitely not into, if you think you fit into a certain category about, hair type, if you think you fit into a certain hair type, I'm okay with that. That's fine. I think as long as you understand how to manage your natural hair, I think you're good to go. That's really the whole point. And, my only focus is how can I be of help to you? That's it. And if my approach and my philosophy about hair helps you, then mission accomplished. How what you call it, what you say, entirely up to you. I wouldn't worry about it too much. But what I would like to do is just at least set a foundation for everybody from where, I see it, give any clarification. And I want to hear what you all think. So I've asked you all, if you're a member of the Urbanbella Beauty Group, you posted pictures of your hair wet and dry. I'm actually going to use that to make an Urbanbella customer-based grid. So you'll see me do another one. That one obviously was just models and just people who I just found, just some random people. I had some celebrities in there, but I didn't want to use celebrities because I feel like that's a distortion of reality. Even if that person's hair is authentically natural, I think just the perception in people's mind about celebrities is, oh, you've been done up, you've been fixed up. So I stayed away from that particular thing. Okay, so we are going to dive right on in. I got my notes. I'm ready. Let's just start real general. And hi, Carla. How are you? Carla, I was wondering if you were going to join because I know you're traveling with Piper. Y'all are doing some fun stuff. So maybe you haven't left yet. Okay, real quick. If you are new and it's your first time joining us live, I am using a broadcast tool. I'm not like directly on the Facebook tool. I'm using a tool that lets me show you some information and documentation. It's hard to do that directly on Facebook. If you want to comment and you want me to see your name right above, so if you look in the description above, it says, please grant StreamYard permission to see your name. Click on that, it'll open up another tab, and then you can quickly just say, oh, okay, I can, then you'll be able to quickly, quickly nothing. It will let me see your name when you comment. Oh, you're local and done for the, Carla says she's local and done for the day and exhausted. I'm sure you are, Carla. That looks like a lot of work. It probably looks like she has a lot of energy. All right, real fast, because we're still waiting on some people to join us. I see we've got about 15 more people with us, so that's excellent. Thank you for joining. I want to just do a tiny bit of housekeeping, just to let you all know some things. I'm going to be going over this series for April and May. The reason why is because my schedule is a little bit crazier now with a couple things happening. As I've mentioned to a lot of you, we are growing really fast. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy we're growing. But that means that I'm hiring new people. So we are literally in the process of interviewing and hiring a team to help me speed up shipping, speed up production, so I can focus on you and customer service and all those things. The downside to that is that it does mean something has to give for a moment. So I'm not going to be going live as often. I'm going to put up a live schedule. Like I know next week, there most likely will not be a live. So we won't be going live next week. We will be going live the following week. And then on the 22nd, we will not be live. But that's going to be because I'll be out of town celebrating my dad's 70th birthday. So excited. Hopefully he's not watching, so he don't know that. And then May rolls around and we'll probably still be on the same schedule of every other week so that I can focus on training the new people. I just want to make sure that your orders are going out correctly. I want to make sure your experience is good. In order to do that, I absolutely have to make sure I give my new hires full attention in education and training. And preparing for these sessions, like I do a full lesson plan education get up. And it takes me about, doing them every week is a little bit of a fast cycle for me until I got some more people around. And I'm going to make sure that I continue to deliver quality education, but that means preparing it and thinking it through, outlining it, which I love now. Don't take that as I don't want to do it. This is my favorite thing to do, that and making new products. But it takes a little bit of time. So to continue making sure I deliver quality products, quality education, quality information, making sure that my team understands the level of quality that we work at, because they'll be new working with me. I don't want the quality to slip, so I'm going to slow down just a little bit with the lives. Now, with that being said, I mean live on the Facebook page. In the group, I will still be very, very video, very, very active. Matter of fact, more interactive in the group casually. So I definitely would like for you to join the Urbanbella Beauty group. There is a post and that just says, hey, join us for this live. And I'm going to actually post the Urbanbella Beauty group link right now, because you really want to join that and be in there for a more intimate and up close conversation with us. And that's where earlier today, I've already posted this matrix. If you're a member of the beauty group, you already saw it. Also, this is a full series. So I am actually taking the time to do educational material, all kinds of things. And you can sign up. You can sign up to make sure that you receive the full guide. So I will post a link to that as well, because I have that too. And I will get that over to you all. And we are ready to dive in. I do believe I will pull that up in the Urbanbella. Let me just give you all this real quick. What is this called? Hair characteristics. Yep, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to post a link to this guide as well. So if you would like this free guide, if you miss a session, let me tell you why I really did the guide. I did the guide so you don't have to worry about how do you keep up with everything I'm saying. I'm putting it in the guide. Notes, the whole 9 yards. So take a look at all that. Okay. All right. All right, let's go in. So a couple things just to level set. I want to begin with an overview of each hair type. I'm gonna put my grid back up because that works best. So hair type 1 is straight hair. Let me say this about hair type 1 and 2. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time there. And the reason why is because most of you are coming to me absolutely are not to hair type 1, which is straight hair. There are no variations on hair type 1. It's just straight. So there's no 1A, B, and C. All right. Type 2 hair is wavy. Type 2 hair is, it does come in A, B, and C. However, again, for general purposes, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. Type 3 and 4 is where we'll take our time, largely because I think type 3 and 4 overlap. Just to be honest with you, they overlap a bit. And then I'd like to clarify how we see the difference here at Urbanbella. Now, make sure you post your questions. Please post your questions. Tell me if you have questions. Tell me if you want clarity. Tell me if you don't agree. I'd love to hear from you all if you're like, oh, I got a different take on that hair type thing. So let's start with type 3. Let me put this grid up first, okay? Now, we've got type 3A in the top, type 3B in the middle, and type 3C at the bottom. Now, the way I looked at it is that when we're talking about type 3 hair, we are talking about curly, non-afro textured hair. That's what we're saying, right? When we talk about type 4 hair, we are talking about curly, kinky, wavy, coily, Z pattern, afro textured hair. That is the most important difference to me between 3 and 4, okay? I know a lot of times people say, well, if you're like the woman, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse moving. You can't see my mouse moving. But if you are looking at the second row, the woman with the overall on, and she's got, hair just almost touching her collarbone, a lot of people were saying, well, she's type 3. The only reason Urbanbella would not put her over here is because these women and their texture of hair is not afro textured. I'm going to pause. I want to just hear from you all about that. I know that's a bit controversial to what a lot of people are used to hearing, but it is absolutely the philosophy I've got on that. And I think it's what really lends to reducing confusion about 3 and 4 hair. All right, so I'll look to see what you all have to say about that. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep rolling, and I'll look for your comments and questions as you post them up. All right, let's go back to 3. Let's just cover 3s. All right, I want to say a few things about all hair types. Race and texture are not synonymous. You will find commonalities and similarities within a certain race and a certain hair type, but it's not an absolute rule of thumb. Urbanbella has customers that are absolutely a type 3A natural, and they're an African American woman. They identify as Black, culturally texture. They seek out the help of Urbanbella Salon for their help, and they seek out the help of many, many salons who cater to people who don't identify as Black. But just to say, your race and your color do not define your texture either way. You could be Caucasian and have a kinkier texture hair. You can be Black and have a silky texture of hair, just to keep it simple on type. All right, we tend to just really identify mostly our texture with our family and community. We assume things like, all right, my hair, I'm in this community, I'm with these people, so I have the same hair problems as they do. My hair is kinky, I'm having issues. And then we'll come in and see them, and when we're like, okay, what's your main issue? And they'll say, well, I can't get an afro. We're like, well, yeah, you ain't gonna get no afro. You don't have no afro textured hair. Well, how do I get an afro? It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. It's fine, but it's not going to happen. And so that's just to kind of say, if anybody who's got this preset idea that race is directly tied to your hair texture, it's absolutely not. All right, so pressing forward, let's talk about type 3s. Let me explain. Let's go across the top of the grid. Type 3A, you got big curls, no afro texture to your hair. Definitely, you got more length to your curl. But the most prominent thing is that the curls are typically very silky. The curls are very large, like the size of a 1 inch curl, maybe a little less than an inch. When you move into type 3B, and all the curls typically on type 3 and B, 3A, 3B, the curls are the same. You'll notice the woman in the middle, the hair is kind of blonde. All her curls are the same. They all look identical. I mean, there's obviously some like detail variation there, but for the most part, they're not changing up. All right, then you get to, I just realized I'm doing this on Wi-Fi. I wonder if you all can hear me okay. Then you get to type 3B. When you get to type 3B, the curls are smaller. The curls are smaller, they start to get more bushy, but they still fall straight down. When you get to type 3C, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Type 3Cs can easily look like a type 4 natural. They can. But when their hair is silky and it's wet, when their hair is wet, it tends to fall silky. You really can't see the afro texture of their hair. They have to actually comb through it. I am questioning my girl at the bottom with the glasses. She really could have gone on the type 4 grid with no problem. She really could easily be a 3C or a 4A, but I believe those categories overlap. I'm gonna see what you all think. Let's see if y'all have any comments so far. All right, I got nothing so far, no comments. Y'all with me? Y'all, is this okay so far? Let me know. Let me just kind of put in here. Can y'all hear me okay? All right. So nonetheless, that's the type 3 grid. Type 4, so let's switch over and let's dive into what makes type 4 hair what it is. Let me pop over here. All right, let me pull up the type 4 grid. All right, now, this is where we're gonna spend more time. Not because there isn't more to learn about the other types. It's just this more addresses you all and what you're looking for. Now, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so here's some ground rules I want to say about type 4 hair. This is what to me makes somebody type 4 natural. If you have afro textured hair, if you wash it, condition it, and you've got that very small, kinky curl, and it's got an afro texture to it, meaning less of a silkiness to it. It's got some silkiness to it, but not a whole lot of silkiness to it. You are what I would consider to be a type 4 natural. Now, I didn't put as many pictures in this grid today as I wanted to, but I wanted to make sure I pointed something out. If you just look at the top, type 4A, these two women probably absolutely would not consider themselves the same hair type. But the reason I picked it out is because what I look at when I say type 4 natural is, that means when you wash your hair, condition it, and put no product on it whatsoever, it's going to just fall down straight. You aren't going to have to really spend a whole lot of time talking about shrinkage. Type 4A naturals don't really have a shrinkage challenge. And type 4A naturals tend to have a stronger, their biggest problem when they've come to us over the years is, why can't I get more of an afro? That's typically what we see with 4A naturals. They've got kinky hair. It's got a definitive curl to it, but they have a hard time getting that fro. But they've got kinky hair. So it's got some volume, some bounce, but their hair, when completely wet and air dried, goes straight down. When you get to type 4B naturals, from what we've seen over the years, they've got a very definitive curl pattern. They can fro out and they can be silky. They tend to do well going either way. Type 4B naturals, their hair does vary in density, so you're going to get different things. But type 4B naturals have a lot of more silk overlay on their hair, but not so much that they can't fro. And I'll give you a good word. Where we start seeing differences in the hair type is where the porosity level changes. We find type 4A naturals to tend to have higher porosity. 4B naturals, 4A naturals have low porosity, 4B naturals have medium porosity, and 4C naturals tend to have the higher porosity. Also curl size. Now, you can be a 4A, B, or C and have large curls, small curls, medium curls. With type 4 hair, the variations are extremely diverse. It's a lot harder to group our hair just based on type, because what you're really trying to do is not necessarily just identify your hair type. You're trying to identify with an experience. How hard is it for me to manage my hair? How much work do I have to put in? How easy is it for me to run in and grab a product? Well, when you're in the 4A category, you typically can run in and grab things and you have a generally good experience. 4B, you can have a good experience, but you can identify when something really doesn't work or products are cheap. And 4Cs can tell you off the bat if something's really just not that great of quality, because 4C naturals tend to have hair that loses moisture more easily. Not all the time, but they definitely can have that challenge. All right, so let me just double check with you all. Let me check in. All right. You can hear me. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kimmy, how are you? Ebony, how you doing? All right. You can hear me loud and clear. Excellent. And Sandra, you think you're a 4B. Sandra, I think you are too, based on the photos that you sent. Let me take this picture down for a second. Let me take this down. Sandra, I agree with you. I think you're a 4B too. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for the Urbanbella Beauty Group members is I'm creating a grid like this one, but it's going to have your pictures in it. I've actually already started it, and I'm putting you into groups and categories. Now, I don't want y'all to take that and run with it and think, oh, I need that to determine what I need for products. You really, really don't. You just need that because if you want to know, if you're curious. Because after we just kind of high level go over this grid and explain Urbanbella's philosophy on it, we're going to dive into the characteristics. And I think that's what matters to you all way, way more than these than this hair type grid. I think it's okay. I can tell you this. I can make a grid just like this, strictly of 4C naturals, and have and everyone would look entirely different. Because here's the flaw with the grid, and let's dive into the flaw. The grid does not take into account enough detail. The two women at the bottom are absolutely both 4C. But then if you have another picture of another woman, let me see if I have another photo up here. I don't have another photo of another woman in this little bank of images. I'll pull some for next week, but I'm sorry, for the next live. You can look at 100 different women who look nothing alike. Their hair experience is nothing alike because it's not taking into consideration key things like, well, what is the silk factor of your hair? So perhaps I'm a 4C natural, and my biggest problem is managing and maintaining my moisture, right? But then somebody else is a 4C natural. They don't have a problem maintaining moisture because their hair is much silkier than mine, but their curls are really, really tiny and their curls don't really stretch out. So they look at me and say, you're not a 4C natural. I said, well, why do you say I'm not a 4C natural? And they say, because your curls are big. That's not a defining factor of whether or not I'm a 4C natural. What makes me a 4C natural is the level of porosity and how well my hair will fro up and shrink up and draw in. You're looking at my hair styled. That is another thing about the hair type matrix. Another reason I want y'all to check it. The hair type matrix these people are styled. Like this girl here, I'm just gonna go to the top. That hair is styled. Who knows what that looks like short, cut shorter with no product in it. You know, same thing with the young lady in the middle of the grid with the white shirt and the overalls. Her hair is styled. You have no idea what that hair is really like unstyled. Matter of fact, the most authentic picture in here is the gold ones. Those are the women where their hair is mildly styled. And even the girl at the very bottom, the 4C, that looks a little twisted and combed through. So the reason why I say you can't use hair type matrices is because you don't know anything about the model in the photo. That's why when I ever talk to y'all about hair type, I say, send me a photo wet and send me a photo dry. I need to see what you're actually working with, not what I assume you're working with. It's real important and it makes a big difference. And I want to just dive into the beauty group. I posted this picture earlier today and Katisha and I were having a conversation. Katisha was saying, we were looking at the grid, the type 4 grid. Let me make sure I have it up. We were looking at the type 4 grid. We were looking at this one. And Katisha was saying the woman with the overall, the denim overall and the blue shirt, the white shirt, She was saying that to her, based on the way she understands the matrix, is this woman, middle row, everybody, is a type 3 natural. What eliminates her from the type 3 conversation immediately is her hair is absolutely afro textured all day long. And that's what makes a difference. So type 3 naturals do not have afro textured hair at all, unless you want to talk about the type 3C natural. And even then, that hair is really, really, really silky and less froey. And you could really move them over to the 4 category in the 4 conversation. So let's see. Let's look at some questions and comments. All right. That's what you were wondering, the style. Definitely, definitely. And Kim, you're kind of a 4C. Kim says, yep, she's a 4C. Kim, kind of. You got a mix going on. In the front, you're not. In the front, you really lean more 4A, 4B. In the back, Kim, I'm gonna say you got some sections that are 4C where your curls are tighter, but not really. Here's another thing that impacts what you think your curl type is. And we're gonna dive into it. We're gonna dive into first things first. I'm gonna dive into with y'all next week is what is your moisture level? I promise you all, we have one of the most beautiful customers. I'm not gonna call her name because I don't want to just call folk out, but I do love this person dearly. And we share a personal network as well. One thing that when she first started coming to us, we were just like, oh my God, your hair is beautiful. Fro, but a lot of silk on that fro. And we only see her every blue moon, like every, I'm gonna say in a year, maybe 4 times. And in between, she uses our product, but I can tell when y'all use our product a lot by how much you have to get. So if you buying it like 4 times a year and you ain't buying it, if I'm not asking if you got a store, you only buy it 4 times a year, you ain't using it enough. So we know what to expect from your moisture level just based on just key factors that I pay attention to as a business owner. Her hair is gorgeous, but I promise you, if somebody ask her, if you ask her, she'll say, "Oh, I'm a 4C." She is not a 4C. Not no day of the week. Not no part of that head is a 4C. It is really 3B and 4B hair all day long, but it is very poorly hydrated. She does not use our cleanser conditioner enough, if at all, and she use it at all. But she loves our hair gels. I promise you, most people are struggling with a hydration issue. So therefore, the hair type conversation really doesn't come into play yet. Hydration and moisture. Just to say that. Now, I will explain more about what I mean when we dive into hydration, and we're going over that first because most of you totally misunderstand your hair because of that alone. I can tell you that my experience as a natural has completely changed since I started washing and conditioning and steaming. When I first went natural, I got a texturizer. I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna be right. I got to texturize. Y'all ain't gonna trick me at work. And I was texturizing my hair, and then I was like, well, maybe it'll be all right without texturizing it. I stopped texturizing it, and it was great. But then I opened Urbanbella, and I was like, we got all these great conditioners and treatments and steamers and machines. Let me just use them on a regular basis. Talked to the styling team, and the styling team was like, yeah, when we deep steam clients and moisturize their hair, it starts to change and transform. Their texture changes. That is literally what the salon staff told me back in like 2000, before Barack Obama was president. Urbanbella been around for 4 presidents, I think. I'm on my 4th president doing this thing. And before Barack, we found out you have a different head of hair with weekly care, cleansing, and conditioning. So you could have told, I would say I'm a 4C natural. Would I say that now? No, not as a blanket statement. I would say I have some 4C textures and some 4B textures. My hair has tendencies of both. But if you just wash my hair, condition it, and just don't do nothing, it's a 4C. It's going to just go into a straight fro. And you all can see me when I'm styling that it does that. Now, so what I'm going to do for you is, who cares about my hair? That's not a factor. You care about your hair. If you are a member of the Urbanbella Beauty Group and you have posted a picture, I'm going to put you in the matrix. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to see where everybody is. and we will discuss in the group over the course of the week. I'm just going to dive in and talk about people's different textures. So if you're joining us for the first time, I want to tell you I posted 2 links. One was so that you can join the Urbanbella Beauty Group. I do think that's the most important thing you could do if you're trying to understand your Urbanbella products, understand your natural hair, and just get a grip on what's happening natural hair in general. My approach to it is very, let me do my homework, let me do my research, and let me provide factual education, not just some guess, and not some guess based on my own hair experience, but my experience based on running a hair salon for the past like 16 years. So my education comes from your hair. That's exactly how I'm educating you. The second link is, this is an entire series about understanding your hair type and really being able to identify what you need for your hair. If you would like the guide, please visit the link. There's a guide available to you. Visit the link I posted for the hair characteristic guides, and you will get those as well. Okay, but I'll repost them. Now, what I want to know is from you all, what are your other questions that you have? I'm looking at my notes while I just look and see. I see that I do have one comment. I want to make sure. Let me see. Just looking. All right, so don't see any other notes. I covered it all. Basically, I want to just make sure you all understand my understanding of you. You want to understand hair type. Is that to help you make better hair product choices? Is that why it is? I also think you want to understand hair type because you want to know who your people are. It's like, raise your hand, where the 4 C's at? Okay, let's talk about our issues as 4C. And I get it. Makes total sense. I will tell you, you're going to do better talking to people who have the same value system that you have. If you are a 4C natural and you don't wash your hair except for 1 time a month, and you don't ever get it trimmed, and you don't steam, I don't relate to you. It doesn't matter to me what your hair is like. I can look at your hair and tell you, if you did what I do, your hair would be great. But you might look at me and say, my hair's not like yours. We got a client here right now saying, I got one. Kanye got a client right now. She's been coming to Urbanbella for years. Her hair is just like mine. She just decided in the past, I'm going to say 2 years, to say, you know what? I ain't going to do my own hair. I'm going to come to the salon every other week. Okay. She was coming to the salon every other week for years, back in like 2017, 2018. I say years, 2 years in a row. She was like clockwork. Then she paused, decided she wanted to go to another hair salon and do some color, do some other things, which is cool. We get that. But she came back. She was like, my hair is dry. It's dry. And she was like, she said, my hair will never look like yours. I promise you, it was last Thanksgiving. She was like, my hair's finally looking like yours. I told you we have the same hair. We just don't do the same thing. She's like, you're not a 4C. I am so a 4C. Now she's like, my hair looks like yours. Yes, it does, because you're doing exactly what I do. So when you're talking to people and you're wanting to be in group with people who you think have hair like you, it's not really hair like you. It's hair like you plus commitment at your level. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Let's look at some questions. Let's see. I love questions. Miss Marissa Spalding Miller, how are you? Sandra said, we're going to learn today. I'm sorry, Marissa, let me go to Sandra. Sandra said, we're going to learn today. Y'all going to learn today. Y'all going to get this natural hair thing right. We will kill any delusions about natural hair. We're not going to do this in 2021. We're going to get it right. All right, let's see. You know, I can show y'all's comments. Miss Marissa Spalding says she totally agrees. When I steam weekly, this combo hair is so different and I don't get product lift. You don't get product lift. Can we all just take a pause and take a moment of silence for this, what I've been saying all the time? Product lift comes from dryness. That's all. I just want to say that. Mr. Spalding, 2 points for you. 3. And you already saw what you got for your other points. Aha. All right. Keisha Simon. Hello, Keisha. You are beautiful. I have been pressing my natural hair for the last couple of years. I'm sure my 4BC texture is gone. Keisha, it's not gone. It's just growing it in. Keisha, let us know if we can help you with that. We have a wonderful styling partner, Miss Kaya Thomas. She is doing beautiful cuts in color. Whatever you need, let us know. One good thing about visiting with any Urbanbella salon partner, particularly Kaya, our lead partner, Kaya is going to give you the real deal. She's going to let you know in a very gentle way. Everybody here who has met Kaya and goes to Kaya can tell you she has the most gentle spirit of any person we've ever met. But she will let you know the real truth, but she will set a plan and a path for you. And if you've been wearing it straight and you're concerned about transitioning, talk to us. Join the beauty group. I promise you some of the ladies in the group have transitioned from straight natural to textured natural and are happy to share the experience. Okay? So we'd love to be a guide for you. Somebody said, hey, Kanisha, who are you? Hey, you didn't tell me your name. It just says Facebook user. I ain't got no photos. I ain't got nothing. I don't know who. Show your face. Come on now. I'm showing my face. I'm showing my office and all of its not decorated back that way glory. Miss Carla, my hair is curly, but falls when it's longer, probably because it's soft. No, it is falling because it is type 4A hair. Carla, you really, in my opinion, are a true epitome of a 4A natural. Your hair is just soft, and because the porosity level is relatively low, and if I am not mistaken, Carla, your strands are super thick. Those thick strands with a lot of silk on them, that's heavy, actually. So when you start adding length, it's getting way down. That's what's happening, actually. And when you want a little bit more fly and lift to hair that's longer, that's when you start cutting in some layers to give some dimension. Don't I sound like a hairstylist? But I'm not one. Carla, let me know what you think of that. Let me know if that jives. Can I get away with that answer? Kaya will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm right. I mean, let me not second guess myself. I'm correct about that. Miss Spalding again. Can you talk about coarseness and fineness? Yes, ma'am, I will. I'm just understanding how this plays for me. Yes, we will discuss coarseness and fineness. Yes, ma'am. That is in the guide. I'm covering it in the guide, and I'm also covering it in live content. Hello, Facebook user. Tell us your name. Your problem is making time to do your hair. Well, Facebook user, I can tell you that the process that I show, while it does take me a little bit of time, Facebook user, I do think the Urbanbella process is really quick. I try to make it quick. Cleanse, condition, detangle, throw some gel on, walk out the door. If you live in Georgia, Facebook user, it's springtime now. It ain't today. Today we're in third winter. We're between third winter and the pollinating. But when the pollinating is done, you can air dry and still be very cute. Let us know if we can give you some guidance there. And Facebook user, are you using Urbanbella products? Are you on the Urbanbella system? Talk to me. We do a little bit of cocktailing at Urbanbella, but I try to avoid that too. Jacqueline White. Miss Jacqueline, how are you doing? Good to hear from you. I'm glad you joined us tonight. All right, Miss Jacqueline, you agree there needs to be a regimen. Jackie's right, y'all. Jackie knows. Jackie been coming to Urbanbella. Jackie, you've been coming to Urbanbella. You've been a client of ours since what, 2004? Since we opened. Well, I opened the brick and mortar in 2006. So 2006, Jackie been coming. Jackie came to the first curl talking to you, everybody. The first one. What? All right. Facebook user, yes, my color is awesome. All because of Kai. That's Bonnie. That's got to be Bonnie. Bonnie, why you ain't show your name? Bonnie, let's StreamYard say your name so we know who you are. All right. Oh, Sandra Renrick. Sandra, you want us to explain product lift? Sandra, product lift is when you wash your hair, condition, and style it beautifully. It looks great. And then you start doing stuff like moving it around, and the product lifts off the hair, and you get this flaking look. Now, Urbanbella gels are very flexible, and you should not have that happen. It can happen sometimes if the weather is really, really dry. It tends to be a challenge more in the colder months, and it's absolutely a challenge when your hair needs more hydration and moisture. But that is what product lift is. Let me know if that explains that well. Hold on, Carla Jenkins said, I see the blind man as he picked up his hammer and saw. Thanks, girl. Carla, I got lost on that. What did that mean? Tell me what, did I make a joke and I forgot already? I forgot my joke? Probably so. Jackie, you need to start a regimen again. Yes, making time is my problem. Also a full-time caregiver. Yes, Jackie, you have a Jackie, you care for a lot of people. And the sweet thing about Jackie, everybody, I want to say this about Jackie. Jackie's so sweet. Jackie will call Urbanbella, let us know what she's gonna get, her plans to buy things. She's always looking for a way to get something for someone else too. Always. That's such the sweetest thing. She's ordering a body butter for Jackie. She's like, my friend, a lady I work with, a lady I take care of, let me get her a body butter too. Jackie, I always think that's so nice of you. But yes, Jackie, you're right. Ladies, it's so important to take time for yourself. Self-care is really critical. And it's hard. I know it's hard. But sometimes what I'm learning to even say for myself, and it's hard running this company. And, my husband and I don't have children, but we're extremely busy. We really are. A lot of times I just have to literally say, you know what? It ain't going to fall apart if I don't do it today. It's not. I'm going to get in front of it. Like telling y'all I'm not going to do lives every week. That's like a foreign concept to me. I'm like, don't go live. What? No, I can't do that. We're going live. We skip some other stuff. We're going live now. But I can't go live over getting the product out the door. And I'm like, you know what? Hopefully I will be forgiven for not going live every week. But if I don't give up something by choice, I'm going to lose something not by choice. So keep that in mind. You can only put one foot in front of the other. And that's something I have to tell myself all the time, y'all. I promise you. One foot in front of the other. I can't do more than I can do. All right. And neither can y'all. All right. So please give yourself permission and forgiveness. If you put something down or put someone down to take care of you, take care of your hair, and you can book a hair appointment. You can come get your hair done. I got a hair appointment tomorrow. This is last week's hair, y'all. This is a week. This is 8 days old. Do I have time to wash my hair? No, I don't have time for that right now. I've got to get stuff ready to make sure y'all get what y'all need. I got somebody order missing right now. So I ain't got time to wash my hair. I got to find an order and replace it. Got to pick and choose. And I'm just choosing to spend my money versus spend my time at the moment. All right. Just a little thought. I don't want to make it sound like, I got it figured out. I don't. I'm trying to figure it out every day, but I'm trying to pace myself every day too. All right. Facebook user. Hey, Facebook user, can you oversteam? Facebook user, we say weekly. I'm a weekly fan. So Facebook user, I would go with weekly. Start there. Use Urbanbella products. Facebook user, are you using Urbanbella products? Let me know. Sandra, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad I explained it well. Read it again. Oh, you read it again. Or do I need to read it again? Carla, I don't even know. Let me know. Can I explain steaming? Hey, Denise King, how you doing? So, Miss Denise, steaming, it is a machine that we use, and it looks like a hood dryer, and we put it over, you sit underneath it like you're sitting under a hood dryer, and you put water in it, and it pumps out steam in the hood, and it is quite nice. It softens up the hair, it opens the cuticles because it's hydration. It is opening up the hair shaft. For people who have low and medium porosity, it is particularly important because their hair, it's hard to get moisture under the cuticle. When you're steaming, it allows for better penetration of really great ingredients. So Urbanbella, we are big fans of like amino acids, coconut oil, panthenol, and amino acids and coconut oil penetrate the hair shaft very well and go down to the cortex, which is basically just protein. And amino acids and all those things. Amino acids increase your hydration. The coconut oil helps your hair hold onto the protein it has. So you're getting more benefits from quality products like Urbanbella makes. The other thing is that when you're steaming, you're also heating up the ingredients on your head. And many ingredients you put on your hair are intensified by heat. Okay. So you're increasing the elasticity of your hair, which reduces breakage. If you are a person who likes color, you are improving your hair's ability to handle question. You're increasing your ability to handle color, all that good stuff. All right. The steam questions from Marissa. Where's the steam question? How'd you lose your name showing? How long should you steam? I'm thinking one movie off HBO, but that's a little long. Don't do that. How long is King Kong versus Godzilla? That's how long. All right. You should let me go back to your first question, Carl. I'm moving around too fast. So here's what we do. That's not a legit answer, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm being silly. I will do that a lot. If you're new, I will goof off. We say 20 minutes in the salon. Now, keep in mind, that's a salon appointment and, we got to keep you moving to a degree. I mean, we love to take time, but personally, when we're steaming, we will do 35 minutes. Now, if I'm in an appointment in Kaya's chair and I'm getting a service like everyone else, 20 minutes. She ain't got time for none of that other stuff. If I'm in my own salon, which I have my own little tiny salon, I have my own little tiny salon on the other side of one of these walls. I sit under my steamer. I'm not kidding. I like a full TV show, 45 minutes, a long time. I notice a difference. It matters. It makes a big difference. But 20 minutes gets it done. 20 minutes weekly is frequent enough. The only time I really do those long steams is when I skipped 2 weeks, maybe went 3 weeks, and I haven't steamed. Maybe I was doing too much. I was like lathering up a lot, or Kaya says to me, hey, your hair's a little dry. I hear one of those things. I've seen for a long time. 20 minutes every week, plenty, you're good. If you got plenty of time, you can sit for 30 and your hair's lower porosity people, go ahead and give it 30 minutes. Let your hair open up. Is steaming a part of a UB appointment, or do you have to ask for it? It is an extra add-on. Even if you didn't ask, it will be recommended. It is just customary. We're not even thinking you're not steaming. It's not even a thought. You got to tell us you're not going to steam. We letting you know you're steaming. But yeah, it is an add-on from a cost standpoint, unless Kaya makes some changes to her menu. But right now, you add it on. No steaming with color services, though, just so you know. Denise, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Johnny says she steams 20 minutes. Excellent, Johnny. Following the rules. I love it. Sophia grabs a book and steams. That is what I'm talking about, Sophia. A book, anything, whatever entertains you, I am here for. Facebook user. Hi, Facebook user. You get in this. Facebook user says, I get in the shower every morning and a little steam gets in my hair nearly daily, but the style does not last. Yes, it would not. Should I be wearing a shower cap, or isn't the steam shower good for it? The steam shower is not the same as a steam hydration machine. Steam hydration machine is encapsulating your head like this. Like, remember Magoo from the Flintstones? And he had his little Martian, and he had his little hat. Or Marvin the Martian from Bugs Bunny. It looks like a little helmet. And it just goes around your whole head like this, or like a hood dryer. That is very intense, up close steam on your head. A shower steam is steaming up the whole shower, and that's not hot enough. Shower steam is not even as intense steam as a steam room if you had a steam room in your house, or if you went to the gym. So that ain't even the same level of intensity. The steam at the gym or in your house is more intense and is a better bet, but still that ain't even good enough. We've had clients who say, oh, I steam at the gym, but your hair's still dry. It's not doing anything. You got to get under a steamer. And if you are wearing your hair out in your shower with no shower cap, your style absolutely won't last. It's going to evolve very quickly. It's not bad. Sometimes I will steam without a shower cap because I want my hair to change. But that steam and water, I mean, keep in mind, you put water in your hair, it's going to evolve back to its natural state, and you're wanting to hold on to a styled state. So hair you want to maintain, you gotta treat it no different than hair you've blown dry or relaxed. You have to maintain that style and that look. Wrap it up at night, satin pillowcase, satin bonnet, satin, silk scarf, whatever's going to protect it and preserve it for you and fits your lifestyle. All right, Facebook user. I hope that helps. Let me know if it helps. All right, LM. Hey, LM. Hey, L. How do I tell what type of porosity hair I have? LM, I would recommend that you sign up for there's a link here. Let me post it here. Grab our guide, LM. Grab our guide and let our guide, as we dive into porosity, you will get a very good guide on making that determination for yourself. How about that? Let me know if that helps. Hi, Sherry Hull. Sherry Hull wants to say hello. Hello, Sherry. LM, what steamer brand do I recommend? So LM, I have had good experience with a brand called Skin Act. And when I say good experience, I mean as a salon owner. I put up, we buy them. They last me two years. I used to want them to last 10. But I learned, my husband was like, dude, it costs $125. You serve like 125 people in 2 weeks. Are you kidding? And I was like, then I was a little jealous because another salon in the city, one of their owners is an engineer. And I'm like, what do you do with your steamers? He's like, oh, I fix them. Dude, can you come down to Urbanbella and fix those? Because I'm tired of replacing steamers. But if I can get 125 steams, I get more than that, y'all. I'm getting 200 steams a month out of a steamer. You aren't going to use it 200 times in a year. Really, I'm telling you, I like the Skin Act steamer. Now, I buy other steamers from a beauty supply company, but I find the Skin Act steamers last longer. The other beautiful thing about Skin Act is they have really great customer service. We had some problems with some steamers, and the team used to call for us, and they would call Skin Act, and Skin Act, they had a 1-year warranty, and they probably still do. And I remember one time, like, the hood was just bobbing up and down. In fact, if you came to Urbanbella when we had the steamer where the neck wasn't right, and we had it tied back with, like, dental floss. Sorry, that's ghetto. And this is a classy establishment. But we did. We had a steamer. We had the neck tied back. But the steamer worked great. But Skin Act just sent me a whole new steamer top. Nonetheless, just wanted to tell you, Skin Act, Skin Act. I'm sorry. Lois. Hey, Lois. Okay, you're Lois. Nice to meet you, Lois. I'm sorry. I keep trying to hang somebody up and they keep calling. Okay, so Denise King, is a heat cap similar to a steamer? Denise, it is not, but it is in the same neighborhood. A steamer. Hold on. I am live. A steamer is going to pump out heated water. A heat cap is going to pump out nothing. A heat cap is just a heated wrap. That steam actually benefits your hair by increasing the hydration level. A cap does not increase the hydration level of your hair. It just intensifies your treatments. Wonderful for something like Organic Coconut Cream Repair Mask by Urbanbella, because I made it with so much coconut oil that you're getting a ton of benefits. However, where you're missing is the Organic Coconut Cream Repair Mask has 3 other humectants in it. Those humectants are intensified by that steam hydration and putting more hydration into your hair shaft. In addition to that, the protein in the Organic Coconut Cream Repair Mask, which is a rice protein, y'all, which is the bomb. If you don't know proteins, which most people would not, this one is just phenomenal. The steamer is helping intensify the shine on your hair because of the protein, as well as something like the Silk Hydration Mist, which is getting ready to roll out. If you steam with it, and I have those amino acids in there, the steamer is increasing the shine on your hair. If you are a VIP and you got the Saminos treatment in the first round, the first batch, you are intensifying the shine factor if you steam with that. Those are things you can't get from a heat cap. But a heat cap does its job. It does a beautiful job. It does increase your the moisture level of your hair. It does. It increases moisture, not hydration. Okay. All right. Right now you are steaming with a hooded dryer, deep conditioning, and a plastic cap on. Is that okay? How are you steaming, Sandra, with that? Tell me how the steam is happening. Because you got on the plastic cap. It's not really steaming. If water's not being added to your hair, it's not steaming. It's just deep conditioning. But tell me more about that. Carla, you laughing at me, Carla? Who? And I don't even know what you're laughing at, Carla. I'm sure it was something nutty I did. Well, everyone, I'm so grateful for you for joining me. And we are at almost, this is my 2-minute warning. We're wrapping on up. Here's what's coming next. So just to recap for everyone, I will be diving into hydration and moisture next. Be sure to get the guide. All right, just click that link I posted. Let me click it. Let me post it again. Get the guide. All right, and that way you have the notes, you have the matrices, you have the grids, and I have a lot more detail. The lives are good. They're great. They let you ask me questions, but they do not go into nearly as much detail as I have drafted. Now, obviously, I don't send y'all this college professor looking dissertation. But in the guide, I lay it out. Okay. So the guides roll out weekly. And if you have any questions, you can, we're going to continue the discussion even further in the Urbanbella Beauty Group. You want to join the Beauty Group because the Beauty Group is where we have more information, more intimate conversation, all of the things, all of the good things. Okay. All right. Sandra, that answers your questions. I'm so happy that answers your questions. Again, I'll be live this week in the group. I will return for a regular full broadcast live on Thursday, April the 15th. Ooh, tax day. Thursday, April 15th, we're back. So y'all get your taxes done if you haven't got them so you can be live. All right. You are all very welcome. Denise King, you are so welcome. Please join me in the beauty group if you are not already there. And I look forward to seeing you all live in the group throughout the week randomly, as I always do. Matter of fact, I'm going to be answering a random question for somebody here in the group in a minute. So if you want to join me briefly in the Urbanbella Beauty Group, please do. Someone asked me about protective styles, and I'm going to answer that for them. And if you are, what else I got? That's it. Y'all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you all. Bye-bye.